Hey, it's dark in here. Um, do I want to turn on a light? You are live podcast, Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news, classics and current events, music and information, jams and thoughts, which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremony, Sherrod. You can follow me at Sherrod Inc. on Instagram. You can also follow the UR Live podcast. If you're on Instagram, you have to add the underscore at the end for the new and current page. The original was hacked. Um, Yesterday was tough. I was actually coming online to figure out if I was going to take down the last post. I did not want to scare anybody, but truth is that reality right now is not pretty, and it is just that, and it is because the energy is so that I actually, you know don't have anyone to speak to. Of course, the subject and content matter is too heavy to speak to the only person that I have to had to speak to my mom, who already helped me last month. What I can say is, um I woke up like, okay, so let's start selling things on OfferUp, and I looked around my place and I'm like, uh where do I start? Do I really just start rolling stuff off on the street and just, what are the things of value? Do I just start dumping stuff, giving it to the homeless? What do I do? You know, like right now, I could and should be editing my podcast, the episodes that need to be pieced together. Um, I need to be looking for money. I need to be working. I got a few donations, maybe like 2 or 3. And those are going to help with gas to any job interview or booking. None of the programs that I submitted for so far have been able to help. A lot of programs are women, children, households only. I'm a single man at 35. So many I'm ineligible for. I this is what the journey looks like. And it's my reality for right now. Words. Words. But I can go ahead and start, at least for the universe sake, sharing that nice guys finish last. And that's the damn difference. Those are the two phrases to sum it up. Nice guys finish last, and that's the damn difference. That's the damn difference is the phrase that I use uh, that led to one of my recent terminations or my recent termination. And that was taken as a cuss out. Fuck it, and that's the damn difference was a cuss out. That's not a cuss out. If I get fired for cussing somebody out, let me actually cuss them out and get my cuss out, okay? But because it's Karen motherfucking bitch, who has since quit the job, and I knew she was gonna quit. I actually wanted to be there, though it was a hostile and toxic environment. Though it did work against my fitness goals, I gained a lot of weight there. I've always been athletic and fit. I got up to 236 pounds there. My circadian rhythm was thrown off. I had to ignore a lot of hate, a lot of racial hate, a lot of harassment. And I did it, took it like a G. And the first opportunity the job got to throw me in the motherfucking trash after I was just trying to adjust my availability so I could start living my life and get back to my purpose and what I came to do, that I only paused just to give them open availability for my probationary period. And the retaliation, because I could not be an open slave for whatever their company needs could possibly be in the new year. Is this still live? Because I don't see it counting. Okay. Now it's counting. I don't know what happened or what's happening, but now it's sort of counting. All right. I get it. As an adult, you're supposed to have a savings. But if I'm telling you that I was homeless and then I got this apartment and then I've been working and then specific to restaurant. Okay. I hate the people who talk about excuses while you're trying to tell your story. If anybody can actually hear me, I said I've been applying for jobs since I got here to Los Angeles. Some people can get jobs effortlessly. When I walk in the door with this spirit, this vibration, plus this image, some would say, well, why do you maintain your image? Can we get, like, there's so many discussions and all great podcast episodes. But this one, if you know anything about this, that's why I came with so many hustles. Yesterday, I got overwhelmed. Everything fell, and I did get a lesson. It was like, pick one. But I've been picked one. And when I picked one, I had to go find additional job. I had to go find additional hustles and a way to make money on my own without needing to be hired, because they are not going to hire me, or they have not hired me. They have let me know that I am unwelcome here. And the only way to do that is to submit to whatever their thing is. Who are you at the end of that? But hell, who am I without a means to live? But everything costs so much. Friendship costs, family costs, everything costs. Everybody needs something from you. And I've just given all that I have to give. The rest was for me and what I could build for myself, including a family. And I'm so glad that I don't have any kids yet and that I have not started a family yet, because this would have been so unfair to them. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. And when I say that, that means God forbid. But I have to look at reality. If you're going to look at the day in the life, it's like with all of my stuff, God forbid an eviction happen, which I have to look at reality. Steps. I have less than 2 weeks to plan. Do I let them throw it out on the street and I just focus on getting myself, my human body somewhere? If that's the case, where the hell is my passport? And I take what? A book bag and what I can take on a flight and a suitcase and just start life all over and say to hell with America. And say to hell with America to save my life. If there's more to life than all the material things, not what do I take out and sell, but what do I keep? Plus me, myself, plus what do I keep? But in terms of a savings, it's so expensive here. How do you save? And like I just said, I have been wanting to open another studio to give it another shot. And my rent increases $500. Plus, I lost the job. On top of, I only got the job to bounce back from the strike. The strike shut down work last year that was actually starting off to boom at the beginning of the year. When I first got signed to a modeling agency in 2019, the COVID pandemic happened right after that. So I had to go back into the restaurants to have a job, to just survive. And I keep going back to the job of the restaurant thinking that, hustle job, something that you can work this whole schedule thing with the bookings and, agencies. You can sign with an agency and just sit there and rot for months, as I have on more than one occasions. I've been with at least 3 agencies, 3, 4, and not only one of them booked one job, and that one job did not come with any photos. I personally had to set up my tripod and self-record the little bit of footage that I got from that and took screenshots and stills from that. And that is all the agency has done for me out here. So what I have booked, I've been able to book, and I've submitted for a lot. My portfolio is old. I've been under a lot of stress and pressure to get back in shape and to shed the weight that I gained, and I've done good. I should go weigh myself right now. I am. I'll be right back. Some good news. I am currently 206. 206. Whew. My. 206 pounds, which is good. I was 236. I lost 30 pounds from when I was at the restaurant. Oh my. And while I could have, I had to stop. I haven't been to the gym in 2 days because I've been focusing on work. Oh God, please help. Dear God, please help. Reality, energy, but solutions. 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 Oh my. I say music and information, gems and thoughts. But we did all the music already. So these are the thoughts. This is the information. And it's all on air. And it's a cappella. Years I invested. Everything costs. I invested. And I reached a place where I said, wow, I'm paying for socialization. I'm paying for the production of my art. But in that, when the paying is over, I don't have the socialization and everything is money. I heard a short clip this morning from Ayana Van Zant, and she said, when you are nice or when you give away, you make someone else a thief. You make someone else a thief. And I thought that was interesting because she said, you make them a thief. They're going to take. It's what you give. But I thought you give to receive. I thought you add before you ask. I thought you deposit and then withdraw. So there is a game, there is a thing, there is a way of life, there's a world that people are used to operating in, including myself. Is my battery like, how do I know if my battery looks good? Okay. Everyone's on this worth game and value thing, and to talk to someone costs. And by the time I get there and talk to somebody and I share and I speak on their podcast and give them ideas, it's for them. And I just got my socialization outlet. And then I feel robbed. No one's thinking about me. And all anyone, wants from me is out here, is sexualization, over sexualization. That's not even like who I want to be, who I am naturally. It's something, that I can turn on, you know, for a project, for a focus, but it's not for everybody. That's something, you know, in a perfect world, which the world is not perfect. But if I was just like married, that's for home, that's for your wife. Um, what are what survival products, tools, appliances. Would I keep to survive, considering shelter, heat, transportation, protection, light, communication, power? I'm no longer down for the reverse psychology and the mind games out here. I'm very frustrated. You have to even run. The reason I can't even open my door for business to the public, because everything out here is fucking sexualized. Everybody wants fucking sex and prostitution. To offer a haircut, to offer a massage, to offer everything. Everybody at the end of the day wants to know, is it nude? Is it this? Is it that? That's what they want. And that is not what I want. It is not what I want. Yeah, people out here surviving. But the fact that via text, when I get inquiries for appointments, the very first thing people ask is it sensual? What the fuck is sensual? You're asking me, look, if you want to book a massage, I do sports massages, massage fucking therapy. But all the bookings that I could get, I don't get because I shut all of that down off rip and require a video call consultation before I even travel out and require a deposit. And if you don't want to pay a deposit, fine, but pay in full before the service starts. I'm like ahead of all the games, and they have no wiggle room to play. But my thing, that's also protecting me, because if you try to play me in person, I'm ready to beat your ass at this point. I don't have the patience for the games. And I'm not traveling all the way out wasting gas and then you looking at me and you not getting what you want and I don't get paid. Then you still getting your ass beat. I just don't have the time anymore for those sorts of games. I've seen a lot. I have seen so much. I've seen so much. I even struggle. I have an OnlyFans art base, and the original intention for it was just nude art, virtual paint and sip, and that was during the quarantine when I started it, and I just sort of kept it just up. Anybody who just subscribed to it over the times just did. I haven't promoted it too much. I only promoted it when I really need it. A lot of the content on there is old. I'm struggling right now. Um, oh my, I'm just struggling right now because I really don't want to do that. I never wanted to do it. I just didn't take it down because it's already out there. So I might as well, profit from it. I could shake that tree right now. Hmm. Hey, if you're going to talk real life and documentary, these are what the thoughts. These are the thoughts. These are the thoughts. The time is 2:50 a.m. Ah, but for me to be 2:06, that's good. But I'm shedding to get in shape for some folks that for years have let me know, fuck you at these auditions. Well, turn around and book somebody within the image range, but just not me. The last few ones, I'll give it to them. I was thicker. I wasn't in my original model shape. That still wasn't good enough for them. But what I can say is that fashion week was shut down by COVID. When I was in top tier shape, I was about 30 years old, 31 ish. And just so much time has gone by. Stop and go. From like major causes, though. COVID, the strike, and COVID had more like stop and goes, like open, reopen, close, reopen. Like my biological clock has not stopped ticking. So getting in shape and being fit is a way and has been my way. I just had a revelation. I thought that was a great idea to stack up not what do I want to give away, but what do I want to keep? I think that. What do I want to keep? Um, there's also this whole idea of Amazon affiliate. It's the time part. It's the time part. There are a lot of great ideas, but it's the time part. I'm on such a time crunch. Time crunch. All I needed was stability, and that's what I was working towards. And it's for that part that, you know, the severance from the job itself was not bad, but the transition into the next thing, plus the next thing is not there. The next thing is there, but the next income, support, foundation, and base is not there. Where you can come home, do a little bit, come home, do a little bit, come home, do a little bit, have a day off. Oh my. That's where I wanted to be in the new year. And I have everything set up to do just that. Even the fact that I'm doing this live right now is a testament that I was like, yo, let's get this party started. I'm having to stop and think about the most major. I wanted to convert all of my experiences and revelations and pain into content and positive content, healing content for myself and others who could relate, who might be going through anything similar, better or worse, and to create a place and safe space for people to have an outlet to talk where you can have a large ass family and be alone on this earth. Be alone on this earth. Neglected on this earth. And not neglected as in like left on a street somewhere and abandoned, but abandoned mentally, abandoned emotionally, abandoned spiritually, abandoned respectfully. We'll be your family, but you won't get a fucking lick of respect. And you will get disrespect. And you better figure out a way to just like get with it and know your place or fight to earn some respect that I don't have to fucking earn shit. I don't have to earn a goddamn thing. But if disrespect is what it requires to maintain anything with you, we have nothing. We have nothing. Unconditional love is the biggest scam of all time. What unconditional love? If the conditions are I need to shave for you to love me, my hair or my beard, or if I need to do or be anything other than the family that we just already are and connected through blood, I don't have to do shit. But because it has required and impacted our relationship, and it was something that you needed from me for your own fucking peace and sanity and comfort, just like these white folks out here on these jobs who don't know how to process the image of Yeshua, whichever your enunciation. But I can't be Jesus. I'm not that. And I definitely ain't no Caesar Borgias or Borgia. Definitely can't give you that. No variation. Ooh. I hear the alerts on these phones. I am proud of maintaining that 206. It was 205 the other day. And I could be further. A tax return could be near. What gets me is when someone tries you intentionally to provoke you, and your reaction to their gaslighting is what they use to go and like create this fear and others about you and reputation about you when they know they started with you, and how they'll try to block your livelihood. That's an attack. And they want to be the victim because they couldn't have their way. They're trying to shit on you. And there was a season and chapter where I was just like, well, let's just see like what happens. Because I definitely experienced the assertive thing and just like not getting in the door and the consistency on that. And so I did a chapter where I was just like, just be quiet, keep your mouth closed. And that is so dangerous because I just did a lot of watching and observing and just what people would try to get away with. My thing is that's not good because I'm ready. Once you're in there, you think you're in a safe space, and I'm ready to attack at this point. You've been attacking, and you mad or reactive just because you can't attack freely without defense. And this whole weird game. All right, I need to stop right there. These are pistachios, and as you know, the whole nut family is packed full of calories and fat. So you definitely have to eat them in moderation. I want to just work out. The stuff that I need to sell, it just hurts. Because they're just like very meaningful things. They're meaningful things. They're tools. I just needed time. Something I could say, but this is a mindset. This is a mindset. First off, thank you again to the one person that I do have left on this earth, and that is my mother. But she did her best last month to support me. And she just doesn't have it. She has her own problems, as everyone else does. And I just don't have a savings. But when you know that you have that many people and no one. I posted a GoFundMe. I know y'all hear these pistachios. I posted a GoFundMe, and thank you to the 3 people who donated. I put my story out there. I feel like that is the biggest, most transparent thing that I could have done. And, I don't know who needs a personal, direct invite or a request. But also, everyone's bouncing back from the holidays. It's winter. Actually, to save my life, just thought I'd give it a shot to put it out there to the public. Because it's not always the people that you know that will or can bless you. But I always thought that my content was good enough. And I wanted to be compensated and to survive from my art and craft. And I promise you, 2024 is that year and was that year. This hurdle, this roadblock is in the way. It's in the way. Whereas I got on here actually to delete the last live. I'm up here recording another and I'm leaving it because it's the real. I don't know what the future has in store. So if I'm doing my podcast, then like the Titanic, there was a modeling agency, a talent agency that hit me up on one of these casting sites. And so they contacted me. I followed up on their Instagram page. I went to their site and their Instagram page to verify that they were real, because we get contacted by a lot of scammers and just like fake agencies. And so verifying is something usually encouraged by agencies. So I sent them a screenshot of what I got on Casting Networks. And they responded that it was a legit site and a professional site, though I know that. And they just seemed defensive. But I did the video submission as requested, and I'm not new to the audition process. And a stupid question that I hate, and why do you want to sign with us? I'm like, you reached out to me. I don't know that I want to sign to you. I went to your site. Looks nice. Congrats to the clients you've been able to book. But okay. But again, I submitted the video, audition, self-tape on the casting site, which has my whole portfolio. And then you reach out and follow up with the email saying, hey, now I want you to send your submission and text this person and send all of your portfolio and schedule a time for an interview and then sign. And I'm like, I responded respectfully. I submitted the audition video on the casting site, which also has all of the images of my whole portfolio that you already saw on the professional site that you already let me know was a professional site, that I already knew that. And they took the time to say that I was difficult and that they were going to pass. And I'm like, motherfucker, you reached out to me. You reached out to me. You going to pass. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That's an example of some bullshit. Oh, we have people, we send our clients to South Africa and this and that and all of this bullshit. And I'm like, yo. There was another time. It was after a background gig. Oh man. It was after a background gig, a long day, 12 hours. If y'all know what them days could be like, it's a long day. You got to return your clothes to wardrobe at the end of the day if they gave you something. And I handed it back. The shirt wasn't hung up like perfectly. It was like sort of like twisted a little bit. And the guy looked at it and was like, oh no. Can you like fix this? And I looked at him and was like, no. Hell, like I took the time to hang these pants up, to put this shirt on this thing, to put it inside this, just garment rack. Like I just took all this time and to hand it, I turned it and I didn't steal shit. And I gave it to the wardrobe person, and you're rejecting it because of the way that the shirt is hung up and it's not perfect. And I'm like out of patience. They kept us well past energetically what I had in budget for the day. I was exhausted, and that power struggle with that wardrobe person, oh my gosh, led to oh my gosh. He wouldn't give me the ticket that I needed to check out for the day to get paid, because you have to give your voucher to leave. And because I refused to do his job, which he said was my job, I gave you these clothes back. Right now, you just need for your own thing to try to play me and try to run me. And I just ain't with the shits right now. I'm not, no. So standing on that, he said, go to somebody else and have them. So the somebody else was on the same shit. And now I'm upset. And so now I'm back to the original guy. I'm like, y'all, if y'all don't take this, so now he is afraid and says, throw it on the floor. And I'm like, motherfucker, why would I throw that shit on the floor? You wasted all this time on this shit where you could have just took it to begin with. And now you want me to throw it on the floor? No, here it is. The hanger broke at this point. And he was like, just hang it up. But the hanger broke. So I asked for a hanger. And I told him, go get it. And he was like, they're over there. I said, so go get it. And of course, he went and ran somewhere. And I know he went and ran and told whoever on that list probably to never hire me again, and that he felt threatened. Bullshit. One of these weak ass, soft ass motherfuckers on these set, and they always on that buck breaking shit. Like, what could have been quick on either of our end? I'm just exhausted with the disrespect in the games and the gaslighting, just across the board. I'm just exhausted with it. So I don't have patience for it. And I actually did a season and chapter of just closing my mouth and just observing. And I just saw the games and I'm just like, no, absolutely not. You cannot have me any and every kind of way. One thing I have learned was funny is even to survive, even if I wanted to be, whole time I say nice guys finish last, I'm actually at my core an alpha male. But to survive in this world is almost to like depending on what you're on and if you can, again, acting. But my thing is acting is a professional artistic craft that starts with action and ends with cut. And when we're in real life, I'm a grown ass man. Get that shit the fuck out of here. And when people can sense that, which is at the tip of my tongue and radiating through my aura and energy, I'm a problem when I'm not. I could be kind, polite, and showing you respect. But what you need is nice and someone you could take advantage of and play and work to your advantage. And I'm exhausted with that. And that has come across the board from the species, professionally, personally. I just don't have the space anymore. I used to wonder how do old folks get grumpy, but like even biologically, like you just get to a different place. Chemicals in your body just like, look, motherfucker, I don't know who you. Nah. Random for the podcast, and it's 51 minutes, so I definitely will cut it at an hour and just try to go back to sleep and give tomorrow another shot. But Sigma is a term I learned recently. Sigma, Alpha, and then Beta. Is Sigma higher Alpha? Alphas are at the top of the male sociosexual hierarchy, while Sigmas don't have a fixed place within the hierarchy. Alphas tend to be more extroverted, traditional, and aggressive, while Sigmas usually keep to themselves, think outside the box, and have a calm disposition. What are the 4 types of alpha males? In their book, Alpha Male Syndrome, Dr. Kate Ludman and Eddie E identify 4 types of alpha males: commanders, visionaries, strategists, and executors. There's a delta male, responsible man who takes pride in his work, often described in pop culture as a normal guy. A delta male is thought to be the most common types of men there believed to contribute. All of this stuff. How do Sigma males seduce? Seductive charm without being pushy. Sigma males exude a charm that's difficult to pinpoint but impossible to ignore. It's not the brash confidence of some or the flamboyant display of others. It's a quiet, understated magnetism that draws people in. What are Sigma male weaknesses? While Sigma male possesses unique strength, they also have their fair share of weaknesses. Below are some common areas where Sigma males face challenges. Preference for solitude and independence can sometimes lead to isolation, limiting their social connections and support networks. Well, that is all me. What is a Zeta male? Are one-of-a-kind progressives. They are nonconformists who don't care what others think. They know themselves and refuse to change and fit into the rigid social standards of society. Zeta males are fierce creatives who blaze new paths for themselves and others. I mean, that also sounds accurate. A Sigma is intimidating, loyal, emotional, and utterly elusive. Sigmas are very like alphas, but with the feels. She goes on to explain Sigmas are intriguing and powerful, easily commanding attention, but also happy to step back when. So all of that stuff, the bending, the is very interesting. They have the socio-sexual hierarchy. They have alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega. And they have alpha, and then they have an arrow next to it, and then they have sigma on the same level. They said the sigma and the alpha are equal. The sigma male sits outside of the hierarchy by his own choice. It's that part that makes me really relate to it, because I'm like, the whole time I know I can be, I know who I am. It just costs. It's expensive as shit to be an alpha male. Alpha male, first off, you got family bills, you providing and protecting. I have the capacity to protect. I just don't have a tribe. And I have the capacity to provide. I just don't have the money. And to speak and be with authority in this world and age, you need money. And that is why when you go in the door for a job, they don't want you to have money, because with money, you are power. But if they can keep you and all that power in their little spider web, or they can ball you up and drain you and use you, all that you are in your essence, to become you, clone you like Tyrone, you zap you of all your essence and dispose of you. Fucking vampires, like, I'm not sleep to the game. I've seen it happen. I've seen it with the photo shoots. I'm a trendsetter. I don't need your damn ideas on how to look. Motherfucker, you want to be everything that I am. I know that shit. And if I don't come in here with that attitude, then I've already humbled myself. I don't need no additional. I already serve a fucking God. All in the same sentence. I already have one. I don't need all of that. I'm here for this opportunity, this job opportunity, this business thing, and boom. But I'm going to go ahead and tap out and sign out. You are live. My dream to just host this damn show and survive. I mean, when I say survive, to live abundantly. To live abundantly. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, the power, the glory, and ever. You are live. Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news, classics and current events, music and information, jams and thoughts, which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremonies, Sherrod. You can follow me at Sherrod Inc., SHERARDINC, or you could just simply follow the You Are Live podcast. You, the letter R. Again, the letter U, the letter R, the word live, the word podcast. And if you're following on Instagram, you have to add the underscore at the end, because the original page was hacked. I hate I have to say that, but I don't want you just going and following an unresponsive page for Instagram. If you truly, just pray for me. Positive prayers. Positive prayers. There's a whole other episode that I'd like to speak on. And honestly, y'all, spirituality. Like, in all of these contacts with people, you don't know what people are on. Can I just say that people, not that you want to give power to it, but in terms of what people are on, people are out there at least trying and attempting to practice witchcraft. And so cleansings, getting stuff up off of you, efforts, things that are draining energy can become cumulative as well. And you can create enemies Just by standing firm and being assertive, that in itself is a threat and a fight. And you're a problem when you walk in the door. So I need my spiritual kingdom, my angels, to all come together and to protect and to lift me up out of this obstacle, because myself alone is where I am right now. I've prayed for many people. I've deposited into many lives, and God has blessed me back. A lot of the solitude that I'm in is created, but also through experience and not wanting what others want from me. I want a wife. That's another episode. I wanted a family. Um, and we can go ahead very soon, but I already have in our therapy sessions shared my story. And on previous podcasts, I've shared my story. And I can give you just a little bit, just as a teaser. I say, well, it depends. If you celebrate pagan holidays and you're getting ready for Valentine's Day, if you don't celebrate pagan holidays, which I don't, then, you know, February is just a month of love, history, Black history, and art. And that is where I like to. The love part and the transparency there. All right, y'all. Good night.